All right, guys, we're on a time deadline. I think we're ready. Everything's in. We got all the furniture put together. We got all the lights. You're okay, Brendan, on the thing?
Looking good.
Wait, whoa, no. Oh, no.
I think we're gonna need 5 minutes.
No, are you serious? We have a time deadline. All right, guys, we have 5 minutes. I know what we haven't done. I got an idea. You guys haven't refreshed yourself with all the things in this house over here in Tullymore. We're gonna be talking about trends today. I'll give you 5 minutes. Go pick some of the things that you really think that are gonna be the big trends that we wanna talk about in 2021. You got 5 minutes, meet back here, so hustle.
I love
All right, good. Let's go downstairs.
This is so cool.
Hey, that's solid.
Oh, come on. I'm bad enough already. You can't do that.
Okay, you guys finally made it back, and you did it in 5 minutes. Great job. All right, we got to get started on the show, but I think hopefully you picked out one of the spots that you think that trends are going to be talked about this year.
And I just want to say real quickly, we are Granite Ridge Builders. We're custom builders, and we build homes in northern Indiana, over northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. We enjoy what we're doing most of the time.
We do.
It's a challenge these days. And today, we're going to talk about trends. It's a very important subject, and they're ever changing. For an old guy like me, I can't believe all the things we got to talk about, but that's what the subject is today. It's modern new trends in our new homes.
Yeah.
We are so excited about this show. A lot has changed in the past year. So that means building homes has changed a lot because we're all using our homes so differently. So this show is really important, the 2021 trends. I would say the biggest trend right now when it comes to floor plans is open. We've seen that for a while, but still the open floor plan and really taking every part of that open space and giving it a purpose. So we're seeing everything has a purpose when it comes to your home.
Kayla, this is a unique open floor plan on this particular house out in Tullymore, which has been the talk of the country at this point in time. Tell me what you designed and what we're sitting and where we're at.
What I love about this open floor plan is that we have the kitchen. There isn't even a separate nook because the nook area is a part of the island of the kitchen, which is so awesome for entertaining, for kids, for just any family who wants to be together. How long do you spend in the kitchen prepping for your food? You can actually, it'd be great to have my homework station here for the kids if I needed it. But then it's still open to the great room as well, so everybody can be in 3 different spaces, but all in the same one. Now I love the open concept, but for me, I love that separate room as well. And I think that's the biggest thing we're seeing with the open floor plan. Everyone still wants at least one separate room right now for anything that they could possibly want.
Okay, so what are some of your specialty rooms that you guys have seen that have been popular this year?
What about a home gym?
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's been great having, the one that's down here in this house is top notch, and people are finding that it's important not only for their health, but their mental health as well.
That's true. That has been a really, really big item for us to put onto houses.
I like crafts rooms. It's a place where I can shut the door and play with toys. Work on crafts with my kids.
We saw you
place.
downstairs playing with them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we've seen the industry really change when it came to crafts. That was huge in 2020.
Yeah, and I think a big key, Lonnie mentioned it when he was down in that room. Later on, he's going to talk about it, but storage. Storage is popular everywhere, but that crafts room is almost a must to have some storage in that. So what are some of the other specialty rooms?
So just like we saw downstairs, Tony, this basement and the game room is amazing. I think we've seen so many people try to incorporate that space with everybody being cooped up at home. It's an amazing way for the kids to kind of hang out and release some of that energy.
I think the home office is really important. I remember just a couple years ago, nobody even had a desk because we're all so mobile. We use our laptop and we sit wherever we want. But that really changed with people working at home. That home office is very, very important.
Well, one thing I found out, it's all of the shortages this year of what are happening with home offices. Guess what? You cannot find a scanner or a computer in the country hardly, because we all have been putting that in there. And there's a lot of things we want to consider when you're doing a home office too. Make sure it's comfortable. Make sure you have lots of storage again, lighting and lighting and lighting. Now, speaking of lighting, Kayla, I've heard there's something about art lights that are very popular, and what else is popular in lighting today?
I mean, obviously LED is popular, but more that decorative fixture. I love seeing, there's so many natural materials when it comes to lighting right now. So lights that people are drawn to have a lot of that industrial look or the wood look. We even have lots of lights made out of beads or just anything that's more natural and cozy. And really they're an art piece in and of themselves.
Okay, I got another specialty room. The wine grotto, we used to do a lot of those. Now they're becoming everywhere. We've got a really amazing version of a glass wine grotto sitting here. And I'm going to encourage everybody to come out to Tullymore and see this model whenever you get a chance, because we're going to be talking a lot about those, and a lot of these trends are featured right here.
You know, and I think another room would be a music room that's very popular right now. But beyond a music room, that could be for your own music. That could be if you play guitar, keyboard, or anything like that. But then also doubling it as even a recording studio because of how many things that have gone online right now between Zoom and Facebook and all of those other places you have to have meetings with. Any sort of recording space is huge.
Lonnie, I just found out you play the guitar. And I found out, I heard you can't buy a guitar anywhere because there's that much demand.
I heard they're in scarcity right now, and so you need to get out and get one bought or get one ordered if you want to play.
You know what I think we should do, guys? I think what we should do is do a whole Between the Stud shoot on this music room and the popularity of it and what's going on. So we'll probably stay tuned. In a couple episodes from now, we're going to go ahead and feature that for everybody.
That is music to my ears.
I didn't get it.
Tony, you talk about products that are unavailable. We're seeing that in the kitchen all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Most of the kitchen appliances aren't available. There's a recent study done in 2020 that said 54% of Americans have either learned how to cook or are cooking more due to our climate. And the kitchen is the biggest space right now.
Now, I've heard high-tech appliances are in.
Yeah.
Which ones have you seen on high-tech appliances?
Oh, definitely the ovens. Ovens are becoming smarter and smarter, able to cook your meals differently, and we're cooking more, which makes the pantry even more important. And talk about specialty rooms, talk about luxury pantry or mega pantry. And so we're cooking more at home, and we need to have that extra space, and people are putting appliances in those, extra sinks in those pantries. I mean, the days of just opening the door and being able to grab what you want. No, you walk into these pantries and you can really prep food. You can meal plan in those. It's really multifaceted.
Now, I'm a little older. Lonnie and I both are. Did you know what we used to call those a couple hundred years ago? They were called butler pantries. And what that meant was all the cooking in the household was done in those pantries, and then everything was kind of clean like it needs to be here today. So we're kind of the old is kind of new again.
But you know, we are cooking a lot more, but we're also ordering a lot more. So home delivery is huge between ordering your food, your takeout, your clothing. So your front door is really important for a drop off.
It is. I mean, we've seen houses that have little almost outside closets with locks on them for all of those deliveries that they're getting. I mean, specialty things like that are huge right now.
I'll give you guys a prediction for the future. Right now, they're starting to put delivery areas for drones in houses. One of those is taking your roof system, putting an indentation there, and it will drop your all of the goods in that area, and then it goes down to what we call the dumbwaiter, but also just a little elevator that takes it into the house. Now, I looked at you when I said dumbwaiter, but
I'm real excited about this because I dropped my drone down on my roof and I made the indentation.
But that is what is coming. That's our future. It is, like you said, the home delivery stuff is coming in.
Absolutely. Now, we've talked about all this time we're spending at home, and I think a huge trend this year is organization. So not just, I mean, you talked about those luxury pantries, mega storage areas, but just having that space isn't important enough. We need it to be organized. So we need drawers in them. We need shelves the right way, adjustable. And really people are making them luxury. We're having glass doors, we're having light systems through closet rods and things like that. I mean, these are spaces we're spending a lot of time in, and we don't just want to go into a closet. We want to be comfortable and organized and really feel like we're making the most out of the spaces.
When we talk about deliveries, Luke, we're setting up a lot of garages where we can get deliveries strictly into the garage when you're not home. And garages are a big key for 2021.
Yeah, delivery drivers are able to pop that garage door open and slide your packages in there, so you don't have to worry about porch pirates. But another thing in garages that we're doing is cars are becoming more and more electric. You've heard about Tesla, and now Hummer is coming back in, and that's all electric. And so we're having to put specialty plugs in those garages to accommodate those electric cars. And Cadillac, that's another one. And I actually have an interesting fact on Cadillac. Do you guys know where the name Cadillac came from?
Cadillac. Isn't there a city named Cadillac?
There is,
Cadillac,
yep.
Michigan?
Yep, Cadillac, Michigan. And there's actually a gentleman, and his name was Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac. He was a French officer, and he was stationed in Mackinac. And he wrote back to the French government and said, I really think if we go further down the Detroit River, we will be stationed better to keep an eye on the English. They said, go ahead and move your camp. He moved down the Detroit River, and he founded in 1701 the city of Detroit, which obviously has a big, car influence, and that's where they named the Cadillac after him. And interestingly enough, his name did not have the name Cadillac in it until he came over to the America, and he added Cadillac so he sounded, that he was a little bit more respected because he was just a farmer, came from a farming family over in France. So he added that, and then that became a well-known name here in our industry today.
Interesting.
That's really cool.
Another area in the home that is really popular in 2021 is your decor, your furnishings, and your accessories. We're home so much, so you want it more comfortable, and we're seeing that in the furniture industry. We do a lot of staging with choice designs, and some of the furniture is even hard to come by, like appliances, because so many people are getting new tables and new couches. But that's really important to have that space be very comfortable because of the time in your house.
Well, and I think this house does a tremendous job at expanding on that with the organic look. So you're going to hear that a lot in 2021 is the organic materials, organic look, and that's when you're going to see that in your furnishings, you're going to see it in your artwork. But what that really means is more natural. So it doesn't mean that it's processed any different or made any different, but it's how you feel. It's how it makes you feel. So you're going to have fixtures that are softer. You're going to have fabrics that are softer. You're going to have things that like these.
Not frise again.
Not frise.
Don't tell me that's back yet.
Not
More of a
necessarily
fray.
frise,
We'll
but
get you the
fray
red.
style. Just something that's just again a little bit more cozy. And we want to, as much time as we're spending indoors, we really still want to feel like we are outdoors. And so that's what we're still mixing those styles and things together. And that's why you're going to hear that organic look so much this year.
I'm glad you explained that, because all we ever heard was Frank Lloyd Wright.
Right.
And that's all he ever said was he wanted organic. Organic to me meant, in nature, having your house set into the hills, things like that. So I didn't really understand the organic and how they use it today, but that makes a lot more sense.
Absolutely.
Well, it also leads into the ideas of those outdoor spaces, though, too, like those verandas and covered porches, a space to be able to, even in the winter, even with rain, to be able to get out into the nature just a little bit to get a breath of fresh air is something that I think is going to be a huge trend for us here in 2021.
So outdoors in and indoors out is what you're saying.
Exactly.
And it is a big trend.
Yeah, people have been looking for ways to get outside, and golf courses have been really reviving themselves
I have a
because
question
people
on
can
that.
get outside.
Golf courses have not been great. In fact, we're sitting on a golf course right now. It's a Cedar Creek
don't
golf course.
remind
It was. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. You'll have to come out. But my question is, I thought they were all going down.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, I think based on what we saw in 2020, everybody's looking for ways to get outside and be able to create some of those activities. And golf is a great one where we can space out and not have to worry about social distancing.
That's a good point.
Huge.
Well, every year we look forward to the color of the year. Some of the companies come out with their color of the year, and this year Sherwin-Williams is a bronze. So it's a deep dark color. It's earthy, so it's a very comforting color for 2021. And I know you looked up one of the colors of the year as well.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised, but I think I read that pink is
No.
back in. Yes, I don't think they call it pink, but it's pink.
It's not called pink anymore.
Yeah.
It's like blush or rosé.
That's what I put on my cheeks.
something like that. Right. Yes, corals. That sounds a little bit better than.
That's for me, yeah.
And we're not saying a pink house,
Right.
pink accessories, or
Yes.
a blush accent wall.
That seems like pink comes in about once every other
Yeah,
year, but goes
it
out really
does.
quick.
It can. It
Now, I
definitely
heard
can.
Pantone's color of the year is aqua. It seems like aqua has also been a color for the last 5 or 6 years too.
Yeah, and I love that the exterior of the homes are doing more stained accents. That's what this home has here. And I mean, you see that especially with, I know you mentioned a lot of people are asking for white houses too.
now, right.
So you see that with the white, but you see that now with this house is more of a green color. And I love mixing that stain, again, that organic look into not just the outside or the inside, but the outside as well through some trim accents.
So we really have talked about, bringing that beautiful outside stuff in, inside stuff out, and just being surrounded by natural and beautiful things. And that's continuing inside this house as well, though, when we're looking at even the ceilings. We're seeing this beautiful ceiling scape going on. So we're seeing, you're just truly surrounded by things that are inspirational and beautiful.
I love the beam and the wood accent when we were talking about the ceiling-scaping, and it's done in so many ways. You have tray ceilings, cathedral ceilings, you have large beams, small beams, you have shiplap. I mean, so many different items that you can really do with that ceiling-scaping.
And Lonnie, you and I are numbers guys. I think we're talking about all these specialty rooms and the trends. One of the biggest trends of 2021 is going to be low interest rates.
Right.
So it's not going to be quite so scary to be able to incorporate all these items because people can afford so much more house because the interest rates are so much lower.
And one of the reasons why people are going larger or adding those rooms is because financial costs are really, really down, you might say. For $3.95 per thousand, you can borrow money. So you can add a $20,000 room to your house for about $80 a month. That's quite a deal. And we're seeing a lot of that.
So Lonnie, a quick example, because our rates are around 2.5% today, if you purchased a $250,000 home, your payment's around $988.
Wow.
Well, if that rate would jump to 4%, which is still a great rate, that payment jumps to about $1194, and that equates to $52,000 of home value with a 1.5%
That's
jump in the
unbelievable.
interest
Now,
rate.
see, I still remember larger rates. Lonnie and I both remember 18 and 15.
I do.
Okay, I also remember 10. Do you have an idea what would a 10% interest rate do on a $250,000 house?
All right, you're sitting on a stool, so brace
I am
yourself
sitting.
here.
Okay, how much more house could I get?
difference, yeah.
So that payment is almost $2,200 a
Wow.
month, and it's another
much?
house. It's $305,000
No, it's not.
worth of house, Tony. It's two houses. in
I
that
can
house.
get how much? Wait, 300, how much more?
$305,000 more house today than you could when the rate was at 10%.
All right, so if these rates go up, obviously what you're saying is buy today. That's a lot of house. So that's interesting.
It is. One more room to think about though is the master spa. So the
We call them
master
bedrooms.
master bathroom, and now it's a spa. They're bigger, they have more in them. It's a place to relax, and this house is a great example. So we invite you to come out to Tullymore. Everybody's talking about this house. It's open most Sundays 1 to 4. Always check our website for more information and it being open. But Cindy Ward would love to talk to you at this house. All the trends are here.
Well, you guys have got me too excited. I really want to show this house off because we've talked about all these trends, and this house has most all of them. So let's go take a look and dive deeper into some of these that we've talked
So
about.
how many square feet do we have to show, Kayla?
Oh gosh, what, 6,000 or
There's
something?
6,000 square feet of unbelievable stuff. All right, we are going to do that. Let's go break off into two.
Lonnie, I've been looking for you for 20 minutes. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, JR. I came downstairs here and discovered the craft room. It's so cool down here.
It looks like the craft room discovered
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. But hey, this is a modern trend that's becoming very, very popular. It's a room in the house where kids can come, where mom and dad can come, and you can build trains, you can put things together for school projects. Very, very popular.
And we're in one that's quite oversized. There's a lot of cabinetry, a lot of storage
Lots
areas.
of storage, yeah.
2020 gave us a lot of reasons to be at home and needing these extra spaces, and a craft room is one of the best ones we've seen.
And let's face it, there's a lot of times in Indiana in the winter, kids can't play outside. You can really enhance a kid's creativity by bringing it in here and giving them a craft to do, and you sitting down and helping him as well.
I don't know if you want me helping them, but yeah, I agree. There's lots of available options down here. So Lenny, when we're building a craft room, there's a couple things you really want to consider, and I think one of them is flooring. We need something hard. We need something durable because we know the kids are going to beat on it. What are some other things that we really want to incorporate into a craft room?
You might want to insulate the walls, for example, and have a little stronger door to make things a little quieter while you're working in the craft room.
Yeah, and I think storage is a big option too down here. We want to be able to put all these things away, keep this room nice and clean when we're not using it.
Absolutely. By the way, when I was in grade school, I used to eat this stuff.
It looked like you've been sniffing it the way I walked in here. Hey, I think we got some other rooms we got to go look at.
Let's go look.
Now, Elizabeth, home gyms or home fitness center, big trend, but they've always been very popular.
They have always been popular. I know in my basement I have a treadmill, but things have really changed because of the last year. Exercise and fitness is really important, especially when you're working from home and you're not up moving around a lot.
Right, not moving around a lot, and you have those little breaks where you can jump on the treadmill and maybe run a mile or bike a few miles and then get right back to work. So it's become very important and very important to our health, mental health and physical health.
We're seeing a lot of homeowners come in, and this is a big request, whether it be something in their basement like this great room, or they may have a ranch on a slab. They take that extra flex room and turn it into a fitness center, or you could even put a little section in your garage. We have some big garages that can accommodate this.
Yes, we do. And when you take into consideration natural light or good lighting in a fitness room is a must, because when you're working out, you want to feel good. Now in this one, we're in a basement. We don't have any windows, but we were able to get a lot of natural light by having a wall of mirrors, which just makes it very nice and bright in here, especially with these LED fluorescent light bulbs, and it makes you feel comfortable in this space.
We also did special flooring. I love this flooring because you feel like you're at the gym. So it's hard to get to the gym anymore because of all of the restrictions. So you come in here, you feel like you're at the gym. That gives you even more motivation to get your exercise in.
Yep. Now, one of my favorite features about this workout room is we have our very own hydration center right on the wall. And it's super easy just to refill up your water bottle and keep that workout going. And it actually tracks how many water bottles that you've saved because you're not reusing the ones that you buy from the grocery store.
Hey. So Izzy, we're obviously in a game room, and I gotta tell you, one of my fondest childhood memories was having a game room and a foosball table in my house, and all the kids from the neighborhood used to come hang out.
Yes, game rooms are huge, and in my house we have an air hockey table. We've even got a belt for the champion, whoever's currently in the lead. So we have a good time with it, and you know, with people being at home a little bit more right now, the game rooms are hugely popular.
And we think of games, we tend to get traditional games like pool behind us, but even like boardroom games now. You know, we're in a big oversized room in a basement, but even in a smaller space, people are doing dedicated spaces for board games and card games.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the vintage arcade games are something that I'm a huge fan of, bringing back some NBA Jam or things like that. Lots of games can go in here.
And Izzy, I think one of the biggest trends we're gonna see in 2021 is incorporating a bar area if there's room available. That way adults, kids, everybody can be in the same space together.
Yeah, and speaking of invading space.
Now, this is our game.
This is it, man.
No, I think that's called Tiddlywinks, isn't it? They still play that?
It's pretty close.
Whatever. All I know is it's for me. It's for me.
Look, we got a real game going on here, guys.
Jeez. Checkmate.
Did you scratch?
I won.
Ow!
Lonnie, that's one of the biggest trends.
What is that thing?
A heated towel bar.
Ooh.
You've got to have a heated towel bar. Here,
definitely have
there's
heat.
an ice pack in here. Well, we are in the master bathroom, and this is one of the hottest trends.
It is. I agree with you on that. And I know that they've always been very, very popular and important, but they're getting bigger and there's a lot more things in these master bedroom spas.
Bigger and better, and they feel like spas. So it's a great place to relax and decompress. And when I say better, just look at the vanity. The vanity is like a piece of furniture.
It is.
It's a custom vanity, looks like furniture. The sink.
The sink, wow, what a sink. I've never seen one quite like that. And then we get back here to the bathtub, and you know, freestanding bathtubs, I'm old enough to kind of remember, but there's holes in the bottom of that one. That's not gonna work.
They're air jets.
Air jets.
Yes, it's cleaner.
Like for bubbles?
Yes, for bubbles.
Okay.
It's cleaner, and then I love the faucet on it.
Oh, I
You'll
do too,
notice
yeah.
high-end finishes are in. So the faucet comes all the way from the ground. That is a big fancy faucet.
And then we've got this incredible, is that actually a shower?
That is a shower. That's a tile shower. And I love the surround on it. It's kind of like a window pane, a black window pane. Goes with the other black accents in here. Private stool room.
Notice that.
And look at the lighting. There is great lighting. So a great place to get ready. But bathrooms are in when it comes to your finishes, your fixtures, your flooring, tile on the walls.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful room.
Elizabeth, of course, as a designer, we have to talk about 2021 trends because, I mean, what is better than talking about all the new things that we want to see this whole entire year?
Yes, when you're staging your home, there's a lot of great trends for 2021. We're seeing, when it comes to your accessories, a lot of more natural products. So we're seeing the succulents used a lot. We're seeing metals, woods, so things are really natural.
Absolutely. And furniture is a huge trend as well. The items are probably scaling back a little bit, but becoming a more cozy and comfortable. We have a lot more patterns to our furniture as well, because a lot of times when people are decorating their new home, they're going with simple materials and then really going for those big pops in their furniture items for the fabrics and pillows and things like that.
We're also seeing, of course, the trend of no carpet. So with no carpet, that brings rugs in, and rugs are a huge trend. This is a great way to ground everything in your room and also bring in some additional color.
Absolutely. Now, the design style I've been seeing a ton, like you mentioned, is that more botanical look, the naturals, bohemian style with the macrames, all of that warm, the woven styles. Those are going to be really huge this year.
The other thing, furniture is comfortable and it's very transitional. So you'll notice the coffee table, it has some trays on it, so you can do different things with it. Absolutely. So having transition pieces is really important for 2021.
You know, my last favorite trend I'd like to talk about would definitely be oversized artwork. So we're looking at mirrors, artwork, anything that's a little bit oversized and larger scale, not going quite as much of the small knick-knack items, but just going with a big, huge statement piece is what you're going to be looking at this year. So check out, we have so many more to talk about. I love these 2021 trends.
I think this is one of my favorite segments. I love talking about trends. We didn't get a chance to talk about all of them. What are some of the ones we should highlight real quick before we close?
I love this catwalk, and the railing is actually made out of a special metal. It's really beautiful. It's something different.
Yeah, we talked a lot about organic materials too, but we didn't talk about incorporating those into the ceiling fans. That's been a really decorative fixture that we're using now.
And you know what I think we should keep an eye on? It may not be this year, but probably in the next 5 to 10 years, solar. There's some really exciting things happening on the solar front that makes it a lot more appealing and affordable.
Well, we built a whole house out of solar at one time.
Yep.
So what you're saying is they've even improved from then.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
I love the countertops. We've got quartz, we've got granite. The granites are changing. They're not all shiny. In this home, we have a honed or leathered. It almost looks like concrete. So really, every surface in this home is something different and unique.
Well, what I've seen is a lot of natural material. If nothing else to come out to this house for, you need to see the brickwork and also the stonework on the interior, not just the exterior. You will be amazed.
Well, I talked about the ceiling scaping, but we didn't even get to the trimscaping in here. Seeing the built-up head casings, there's some beautiful trimscape in here as well.
You know, I love all the interior windows. I mean, you can just look around at all the glass options. That's so popular right now.
And another big trend with 2021, it's a trend that's been around for years. Location, location, location. And this house and this area has some of the most beautiful pond views you will see anywhere in Northeast Indiana here in Tullamore. There are so many different ways that you can see the pond from the different views of the windows and even the outdoor living areas.
Okay, time's getting away from us. Jared, would you want to close for us?
Absolutely. We want to thank you guys for spending part of your day with us. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, please just pick up the phone, give us a call, visit the website, even better yet, come into any one of our front doors, especially this beautiful setting in Tullamore, and let us talk to you about building a custom home in 2021.
Okay, can we do another show just like this? I think we have
I
enough
think
material
so.
to do a whole nother trend show.
One, maybe two.
We're just surrounded by beautiful things, and that's the same thing
You're
now in
welcome,
the
Izzy.
house.
I know that you, that was
We're starting to make it progress.
I'm surrounded.
I'm glad you're finally starting to see it, Izzy. It's good.
You made Luke blush.
Get warm in here.
No, that's called rosé right there. That's not blush.
Yep.